Oh, and greetings and salutations to you. We're back, one of these Love Live broadcasts, as it were. Bit impromptu. Um, well, movies in 2018, December. Whew, we're packed full. We're packed full. So I'm going to really kind of talk about four of these briefly. Non spoilers. There's not going to be any spoilers here. So as a Transformers fan, obviously, I'm going to be talking about the Bumblebee movie, Aquaman. I'll talk about that, and Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, and the Mortal Engines. And that's just four of the movies that are out this December. There's many, many more as well. It's packed. It's unusual. I mean, quite often, like in summer and Christmas periods, they do tend to have quite a lot of films out at a similar time, but normally they're quite stacked within. Yeah, I've seen them all, Mr. C4. I have seen them all. So yeah, normally it's quite a packed experience. So last weekend, yeah, it's in the summer you think, oh, this weekend this film comes out, a weekend after that film, everything's out at the same time. Last weekend I watched Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse and Mortal Engines. And this weekend I've seen Bumblebee on last night, and today I watched Aquaman. Yeah. So predominantly this is a Transformers channel, as it were. So I think we'll address Bumblebee first. So this is probably the best Transformers movie. Certainly live action, maybe even period. It's very kind of old school. It's set in the 80s. It films like it could. It feels like it could have been made in the 80s, but with modern day special effects. It's very much rooted in its time period, and does have kind of some of that Saturday morning cartoon vibes. But as well as there's quite a few poignant moments as well. They can't really get into, but the characters have journeys to go on, and it is upbeat and it's uplifting, and it's probably the finest crafted Transformers movie. It's a really good movie. It's not just a good Transformers movie; it's a good movie. And yeah, loved it. Absolutely, really loved it. The characters, the villains have stuff to do. The good guys have stuff to do. People get to become better people than they were at the beginning of the film, at the end of the film. It's got that, like I say, it's very 80s. It's got a very 80s vibe. So, what should we talk about next, really? Mortal Engines. That's so it's like a post-apocalyptic diesel punk kind of take on, borrows immensely from Star Wars. If you're missing a Star Wars movie at this Christmas period, that it's the one to watch. You like to go and watch that. Really, it's got lots of Star Wars vibes. It's the final act of the film pretty much feels like A New Hope. It's like it's almost like it's an adaptation of Star Wars, but in this like steampunk slash diesel punk. The reason I say diesel punk is because there's not really any steam in it. There's not really any there's cogs and stuff, but it's not really clockwork, and it's more it's dirtier than what I'd really associate with steampunk. There's a lot of grime, and yeah, it's just feels that a little bit more with more of a hardened edge than the wistful kind of what word am I thinking of? Probably wistful, whimsy of steampunk type stuff. It's not very. It's a bit dirty. With Mortal Engines have this need to do crap British towns as fan fiction. Oh yeah, yeah. I think we would have some nice little slough, the slough sled, something like that. That'd be kind of quite a cool. Apologies to people in Slough. You probably should move. Bah. Yeah, so it's a derivative of Star Wars in many ways, but it's also beautiful. Absolutely, just it's more akin to like because Pete Jackson didn't direct it, but he produced it. He's been heavily involved in it, and it's more akin to him working on Lord of the Rings than it is to him working on The Hobbit. It feels a lot more. It's a good blend between the actors and the CGI. Right, I think The Hobbit was just terrible in places. It was just like you didn't know what the hell was going on. But this is very really working in the actors working in the environment believable. The characters that are in there, it follows you know mostly physics and stuff like that. Whereas like The Hobbit, it was just insane. Um, so that leaves us with, let's see. So I watched Aquaman today. I was expecting it to be a bloated mess. That from what I was seeing in the trailers, it looked like they did just trying to do too much. But no, it is beautiful. Absolutely, just a bountiful seafood platter of a movie that it just probably like high adventure, epic kind of. It's not an origin story. It's like an origin epic, really, about how he's already Aquaman. The start of the film, but it's just how he becomes Aquaman. It's really, really strong. Maybe the best, all in all, DC film universe, extended universe, whatever they call it, the DC film universe, the DCFU, whatever it's called. It's probably the strong. I think it might be the best movie. I think Wonder Woman is the more important, and I think when Wonder Woman is at its best, it's I think the trench, certainly the going into no man's land in Wonder Woman is the pinnacle so far for me for the DC film universe. I think that's probably the best moment they've had. And even all the stuff leading up to that, I think that is that. And I think if the movie would have stopped shortly after that, then Wonder Woman would have been the best movie. But the third act of Wonder Woman, the CGI fight at the end, was let it down. It let the movie down. Whereas this, it's beauty. It's just artistic. Just all of it is just. There are like CGI big battles, but oh, they're really strong, really, really good. Absolutely, just amazing, and all this filming it, so it's all underwater and stuff. Looks really good. It's just amazing. And so, Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, hands down, probably the. No, there's no problem about it. It's the best Spider-Man film to have come out. Nick Cage. Nick Cage is in the voice. Does a voice of Spider-Man Noir. Yeah, he's. Yeah, it's the best Spider-Man film. It's maybe one of the best animated movies. Certainly, of the last several years. I don't know how long. It's one of the best animated movies I've seen. One of the best superhero movies I've seen. It follows, Mike Morales and his iteration of Spider-Man, but brings all these other Spider-Man into it, and the art style of the CGI animation. It's it's like nothing I've seen before. It kind of works on a certain level, and then just as the film grows on and reaches this crescendo, it's just because there's still most comic book movies try to make movies into comic books. This seems to be trying to make a comic book into a movie. That's the difference in the art style. There's so much you can do with like forced perspective and all these type of different things that you'll see in a 2D comic book. If you're reading a comic book, you can do with it, over exaggeration of angles of proportions and stuff for just for certain shots and just certain frames that is part of the artistic style that you can only really do in an animated feature. You can't get away with this over exaggeration and changes of proportions and kind of doing all this type of stuff in a real environment. And so when they've just been completely in control of it, and just the finale of this film is just, it's insane. I don't think my eyes could comprehend some of the stuff that's actually going on in there. It's just wow, amazing, amazing, amazing. So I'm not going to give any scores, arbitrary marks out of this, but I'd give some kind of must see type of thing. I mean, I think all four of these films I will gladly rewatch. I'll probably even try and rewatch them. Right, middle Peter. So yeah, middle aged Peter. Peter Parker is he's off. That message has been retracted. C4 was talking about middle aged Peter Parker. Yeah, I don't know. He's gone. He's gone. Yeah, so there's several iterations that put Spider Man in there. I think we've seen him in the trailers, so it's not really much of a spoiler. Yeah, so in terms of ranking or must sees, if you're only going to watch one film in the cinema this December, I think it'd have to be Spider Man Into the Spider Verse. I think it's a there's nothing else like it. It's we've always Marvel have been these champions of cinema. Yeah, I think there's been a champion of the superhero movies, and they've been the top of the game, the highest pinnacle of that really. And certainly with Infinity War and all that type of stuff and Black Panther, but Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse from Sony, who we've long since given up. That they did the Sony Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man was so bad that they just kind of had to beg Marvel for help, Marvel Studios for help to get that back off, get Spider-Man right to right course correct Spider-Man. But this Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is just showing. It's bloody good. It's bloody good. That's all we can say. It's fascinating, amazing. Spider-Man is amazing. Spider-Man's rubbish, but Into the Spider-Verse, it's not like it. There's not like it. So I think that'd be my If you're only going to watch one film in the summer out of those four, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I think if you only watch two, it's I feel bad for saying this. It's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Aquaman. So yeah, I think that again is some of the shots in this on the big screen. Only place to see it is on the big screen. Some of the weird underwater creatures and stuff like that they've got in this, it's terrifying. The terrifying visuals really are. It's just everything works so well, and it's one of those movies where I wouldn't particularly want them to make another one, because I think they've put all the eggs in the basket, and it worked out fine. And I don't know what more I'd want out of an Aquaman movie. I don't know how they'd actually top it, because they'd either have to make it, smaller in scope, or it just get ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous, because they hit just a level of just I can't see them topping this. So if you watch 3 films in the cinema, it'd be Spider-Man, Lucas Allen the Beast. Hi. Yeah, so if we're going to watch 3 movies in the cinema, it'd be Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Aquaman, and Bumblebee. You see, I don't have anything. I've not really got a bad word to say against Bumblebee. It's just the other 2 movies are exemplary. Bumblebee's the best Transformers film we've had. It's a really strong movie. It's just in the face of a Spider-Man, a top Spider-Man film, and one of the best DC movies we've ever had. It just Bumpy is yeah. I don't have a bad word to say against it, but I'd say that the other 2 films are just. Do you have a Cineworld in your? Yeah, I've got a Cineworld. It's a 20-minute walk from my house, so I have a Cineworld card. So yeah, Bumblebee is a badass. Bumblebee is a badass in this movie. That's how you watch them all. Yeah, that's how I watch them all. I've got the Cineworld card, and I think this month I'm just going to make up for the year subscription just in 1 month, because I'm going to watch the shit out of these films some more as well. Yeah, so Bumblebee, I've no bad things to say. It's just I think that the Aquaman and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse are such exemplary films that they are some of the best films in their genre. So it's just a shame that Bumblebee's got he's got an uphill battle. But if anyone could win an uphill battle against unsurmountable odds, it's the little bee that could, isn't it? That's plucky little Bumblebee. That's his character. It's the building a Cineworld complex in Plymouth. It's 18 months. Maybe trying to get some bigger screens in there. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's, we're hitting the 20-minute mark. Don't really like to go quite so much over that for just these movies. So go watch some movies in the cinema, Don't pirate, kids. That's what they say. Support your arts. And until then, we're going to sign off now. You know what that means? It means you've got to be excellent to each other. You've got to party on, dudes, because we deserve it for sitting through this. Just coming in for the live. Here we go. Yes, the best bit. So we're going to bump with me, shall we? Fisto! Fisto!